Welcome, ladies and gents, and everybody in between, to Morning Musume Member Ranking Monday. My name is Jeremy, and I'm joined today by Martha Stewart.
Hello there, can I interest you in some multi-purpose ultrafine craft glitter?
No, Martha Stewart, we do not want
Not even
shitty ass craft glitter. This week we are going to be reviewing our pumpkins. What about pumpkins?
I feel like she was always hawking her Martha Stewart pumpkins.
I thought you were going to keep going with the accent. And I was excited to role play with you, and then you just drop the ball. It's okay, it happens. I do it all the time. This week we are going to be reviewing our 16th ranked Morning Musume member. My 16th Morning Musume ranked member is Ongaku. Ogawa Makoto. Hey! When I think of Ogawa Makoto, the first thing that I think of is her energy and her smile. Ogawa wasn't the greatest singer of her lineup. She certainly wasn't the greatest singer of her generation, but Ogawa gave a lot of energy, she gave a lot of heart, and I feel like she always gave 100%. I've always been really angered and agitated at Sunku for not giving her more lines because she was brought in with the premise of being a front girl, of being a face, of being a dancer, of being a vocalist, and Sunku made a big deal about her energy and her presence and all this shit. And he even made her the love interest for freaking Yossi and Mr. Moonlight I Know Big Band. You don't make Yossi a love interest and then rip her away from center stage. You don't just do that. And I was really miffed that they made such a big deal about her and then just ripped her away from that spotlight. Now, again, Gaki and Ai-chan were so much better singers and dancers and had way more presence and personality than Ogawa. The girl went off and studied English in New Zealand. Who does that? Those things are true, that they were better performers.
I'm so sorry.
What?
I just remembered when the 5th generation was all announced and like Ogawa being like and Gaki being like yes, and then Ai-chan looking like she was gonna puke. Because I always forget that Ai-chan was part of the 5th generation because she literally was nothing until they started making her the gold star, and I just literally just that shot of Ai-chan being told she made it and her looking like her mouth slightly open. She literally looked like she was gonna puke. And I don't know why.
So yes, Ai-chan and Nigaki were much better singers and performers than Ogawa, but I do not appreciate bringing someone in with the premise of this thing and then saying, just kidding, she's not as good as the others. Like, if they brought her in with like the same way that they did with Ai-chan, like she did really great and she's a great performer, and then gave Nigaki the front solo line and then made her the face, I wouldn't be so upset that Ogawa didn't get any lines in the future, any face time, because it kind of solidified like Gaki is our face for this generation, and she continually got lines and continually got face spot time, even if they had done that to Ai-chan. But because they had made such a big to-do about Ogawa and then ripped her away, it made me angry. Ogawa came in with such promise, and then they were like, just kidding. But I personally think that Ogawa brought a lot of power and a lot of energy to the group, and I think that's why she made my number 16 spot. Now let's talk about that lovable little midget.
Well, my number 16 is everyone's favorite little cheating, scandal making,
Sexy beam.
Sexy beam munchkin, Yaguchi Mari. There was a lot of sass and energy and talent packed into that 3'2" frame. I adore Mari, and I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like she's my number 16 solely for the fact that I just love her, because other than her spoken introduction to
Hyoko
Tanjima and her sexy beam,
through it.
just keep going.
Just keep going.
use your words. I honestly cannot remember what else Yaguchi Mari actually contributed to Morning Musume. I feel like she was more of a personality outside of the group in the same way that other girls we've talked about recently have been, where I felt like they helped kind of anchor the group early on. Like from the minute Jeremy showed me that skit where Yuko was the bitter old single cop and Mari was her little
lackey.
Like, I just knew that I like Yaguchi Mari. There's something about her that I like. Yaguchi Mari is also the member who was much older than she appeared. I mean, she was an adult. She was not a 12-year-old child. And yet, they stuck her in the group of 11, 12-year-old children, that little tiny group. that she was in.
Oh, Mini Moni.
Yeah, Mini Moni.
I was like, what are you talking
Mini
about?
Moni. That's I couldn't remember his name.
But then she got banished to ZYX. These undeveloped voices, and then there's Mari, this little sex pot with a full voice, just babysitting.
Capping out. She's a personality that I love. She does not make the best life choices.
Nope.
She got kicked out, right?
Yes. Well, she left voluntarily because she
Before
thought
she
it
got
would hurt.
kicked out?
She thought it would hurt the career of Morning Musume, and she thought it would damage them badly. But I mean, at that point, the group was already falling down into the pit of obscurity. So really, I think she brought more awareness to the group than downfall.
So what you're telling me is Mari fired herself before Sunku could fire her.
She was the leader. She had taken over right after Ida left and was like, hey, honey, and then this group, Friday, not associated with Rebecca Black, took a photo of her with this guy, and then she was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave, and she had a really short tenure.
And she married a guy who was literally 3 times her height, cheated on him, and got fat. And this is the story of how idols fall. I don't know where I was going with that. I love Yaguchi Mari. I appreciate her tiny little ball of sass and her wonky eye and her kind of off-kilter face that she needed to put a lot of really sparkly makeup on to kind of fix. I like the ones with wonky faces. It's kind of why I love Reina. Because
She always has to turn her head to the side whenever she takes photos.
Because Reina's face is like 3 different faces pasted together.
Last week we asked you guys to tell us who your number 16th ranked Morning Musume member is, and we got Gotomaki. Yeah, her personality was not so much. And we got Junjun. I love Junjun's personality. She's so cute. I think we're getting to that point of the list where it's like all the girls that are up here are generally like the strongest personality-wise, and that's why they didn't fall lower. Even if they didn't have great voices, they all have strong personalities that maintain some kind of status in the...
They presented a more full idol package.
Even if they weren't like the best singers, because I don't think you need to be a great singer to be an idol.
No,
you need to be packed with personality and be able to deliver that personality backstage to on stage to on camera and make that all mesh into one thing.
Yeah, because I mean, you can if you're just a voice with no personality, you're a singer. If you're just a dancer with no personality, no voice, like
you're Reina.
I was gonna say Riho.
So let us know in the comments below who your number 15 ranked member is, and we can talk about those next week.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to go back and check out our Hello Project History CD. If you like any of our Roman Sunku Mariko skits, we made this really fun video. Check that out. It's in last week on the red one. And also, condolences for all of you Brea's Kobo fans. Sorry that they're leaving. I almost feel like Sunku's somewhere in an office like, bye, not Morning Musume, we're putting the budget into Juice Juice, we're going outdoors now! The sign should have been that Barry's Kobo was leaving when Juice Juice got an outdoor music video. That should have been the clue.
Warning signs are there.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all again next week. Bye! Bye!